Hello and welcome back, one and all, to the Brexit Estate, in the lee of the darkest dungeon, hard by the darkest dungeon as well indeed. Now, things are looking pretty bleak in the Brexit Estate at the moment. I mean, apparently the Dwarven Underground Party have been making a lot of demands, and, well, governing this estate has become rather difficult of late. Now, we have two boss fights that need our immediate attention. We have the Sodden Crew, which is all about the stress, and we have the Wizened Hag, which is all about needing to reach the back ranks, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. I mean, we've got Estella, who can reach the back. Oh yes, and Venga Feldrin, we need him... Sorry, Feldrin will be another... Right. We need a man-at-arms for two of the upcoming boss fights, and I want to try and take on most of the 6 remaining boss fights before heading it back into the courtyard. So let's take a moment to look over our options. In the ruins, we have the... Oh dear, this is bad. In the ruins, we have the Prophet. Now, for the Prophet, you basically need a man-at-arms with bolster and defender, and unfortunately Mr. Felgren is going to be leveling in just one fight, and the reason that's unfortunate is that after a Wizened Hag down the Weald here, we'll also have the cannon. So anyway, we got the the ruins. We're going to want a Vestal with a group heal and a man-at-arms and some people who can make ranged attacks and hit the back. Frontliners can start smashing way through, but that's alright. Down here in the Warrens, we are going to want... it's for Formless Flesh. For Formless Flesh, we're going to want, like, Hellion, maybe a Jester. Gonna want someone who can shoot. She's too high level, unfortunately. And we are again going to probably want a group heal because it can get quite nasty. Now down here for Wizened Hag, we're going to want people who can reach the back ranks, and again, leveling after one mission. Not good, because she's going to be needed in about 2 or 3 different places. Yeah, so Hellion, Man-at-Arms, Grave Robber, Plague Doctor, sort of good in that fight, sort of not. And then Stress. So, basically, trying to go for either of these now, I could sort of go for the Cove, but it would be bad. Going for Wizened Hag, again, would just involve leveling up a load of level 2 characters out of tier into the middle tier. And I think I'm better off taking our low-level characters out on a jaunt. And on top of that, let's go back to the stagecoach. We have Sister Vindra. And Vindra sounds like a more... Okay, yes, Sister Vindra. We're going to leave the rest of these here.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
And we're going to hope that we get... Oh wait, there's a Hellion. We get like Hellion, Man-at-Arms... Oh, we need more. Good point. Good point. We need way more deeds. Right then. Where can we get deeds? And I also think... There we can get deeds. Wonderful. So there's no camping to worry about. We have a religious fanatic. We have Twilight Knight. And the main aim here is to get some of these characters near a level 2 so we can tackle some more bosses. In fact, healing is great. Okay, we're going on the back. So, short run here, the main goal is just survive, get the deeds, get out, get a bit of experience, check the stagecoach. Okay, it's the short ruins one, so that's fairly simple. Does anyone eat extra food? No, but those are two traits which would be... Well, that's one trait which would be really nice to try and lock on if she survives. We also need to worry about infection. Now, these skills will hopefully get unlocked later. Oh! There is another female flagellant community reskin I'll just show off quickly. It's not quite as good as the other one, but it's got potential. It could do with a lot of work. Yeah, the arms are better, the face is slightly more feminine. This one, I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit of a mix. But anyway, it was a sign. We know Delaf is coming with us. Delaf is a Ramona, by the way. She likes to beat herself up because, you know, she wishes that things were like in the good old days when the evil foreign powers were running the hamlet and dominating everything with their foreign diktats. Yes, not good. So, it's not as if she's ever going to knock any sense into herself. She's kind of deranged, living in her own little fantasy land, beating herself up, because when she feels the pain, she knows that it's real as her convictions. Let us take two free keys, just on the off chance we can get a lot of money. One hero wasting in town, 8 bars of blood. We should be okay. Let's hope no one gets infected. Fingers crossed. Actually, do we have any nice trinkets to take out? We have a founding stone. Why not? And let's keep the rest of these back in town. So we're really hoping we get a grave robber or man-at-arms turn up in the stagecoach, but it won't really matter until we can expand it anyway. So, any deeds we can acquire? Deeds we can accomplish, absolutely. But any deeds that we can acquire would be a welcome addition to the town's hoard of heirlooms.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Now, this chamber requires backtracking, but it is a safe room and there is a curio. So, it's almost worth it. It's probably not worth it. Ah! Yeah, 2 skeletons. Did everything just get real easier today? I don't know. It's not stressful. So there she is, walking away there. Let's just shine some holy light upon this skeleton. And place a weakening curse upon this one. Blows may rain down less heavily upon us.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
So this is nice, you know? So, God, those boots were all crushed and scorched up there, weren't they? Well, nobody ever said that our flagellant liked to use.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
So, rather predictably at this point, both of the flagellant community reskins are, you know, kind of tits out in your face. They've both actually kept the cloth drapery instead of using it as hair. That's, I mean, you could have kept the crown and just have it all tangled up in the hair, you know. And they have a quite masculine form to the torso and the limbs and everything, but that's kind of understood because you have to keep the width of the hips and so on. You know what? She likes reading scary things. Apparently she's used to Project Fear. Anyway, into this chamber, then doubling back. So, it turns out the curio was only a pile of books, and they were a fairly innocuous pile as well. Miraculously. However, things are not guaranteed to remain in this vein. Speaking of vein, hopefully Wilson the Vein can head out again soon. Because it's challenging to come up with a good party that will accept an abomination, because they are fetid, rotting, festering
Even the
abominations.
cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Unwelcome in the eyes of God and man. Again, our goal here is to explore as many rooms as possible. I think we can cut that one. You, my fine friend, let's see of your knowledge of far-off lands and intricate clockwork devices and machinery may come in useful here. Nope. Nope.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
The doddering scholar tumbled forwards and triggered the trap. Oh, ooh. Okay, yes. Let us revere the Angel of Light. We have a nice damage bonus now. That'll be good. With our 5 torches, we really need to get into a few scraps. So actually, it may be worth stepping out into this hallway just for the fight. Oh, spiders.
Executed with impunity.
With spiders, taking out the back one is usually a high priority. Because spiders in the back are very nasty indeed. Compared to the really nasty poison spits, which is just horrific. Uh-oh. It's alright, it's okay. You know what? She's marked anyway. Might as well get ready for more attacks.
Back to the pit.
Well, this round's going to be tricky. Right, can you bleed as well as suffer poison? Oh, wonderful. Light.
Be gone, fiend. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
So obviously, I was hoping there. Nice. To get an opportunity to use Glimmer of Hope and raise the torchlight ever so slightly. Just to make up for the lack of combat encounters we've been having so far in this dungeon. I mean, yeah, it seems like it's been a fairly dark run so far. But that's okay, you know, every week that we don't have to go into Crimson Courtyard is another week we spend preparing to venture into that blood-soaked morass. Now, of course, the Twilight Knight is from Kingdom Death, so she likes reading, likes her books, and the random results that can come from weak grip. Oh, that's going to need to get fixed as soon as she gets back to town. If she gets back to town. I mean, there's no guarantees at this point. That is a fight. Fingers crossed. So this is a struggle for the light. Oh, she looks so happy there being attacked. Don't worry, I may have said that out of sync. That's because I was going to say it earlier, but still need to fix that fence raise. Alright, they'll give her the stress. She's going to take the stress. Alright, you get up with that. Oh, and resisted. We're going for one with the lower bleed resist because he's more likely to bleed with this skeleton. Oh, that's a lot of damage. This is good. Uh-oh. Pain.
Another one falls.
Slightly less pain coming in now. Probably dead. Go. Keeping them patched up there, nice and easy. Let's put a little there. Oh yes, I like you for your sake. Alright. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to take some stress off the opponent's back.
Slowly, gently.
And now
This is how a life is taken.
Let's try and pull it off the front of the firebolts and it's supposed to use his legs. Yes. And this will raise the light level, so actually. There we go. That's nice. Well, that's okay. Oh yes, please don't resist the push. Thank you so much. That was an excellent plan. Lovely. It was a very small amount of better transferable. And then the blade to face Massa.
Obliterated.
Just scattering his bones all over the chamber. Now, the group heal.
A momentary abatement. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Stun resistance. We have 2 common trinkets. That's good. Do have another bandage, but you're a flagellant and you want to be badly hurt. So you get to open the chest and you get to use a key to do it. Who said Ramonas don't have any fun? Well, Ramonas, obviously. There will be no blood left for the leeches. Well, there might be some. You know, don't. Oh, more books. You know it's got to happen. Aha!
Hacks laden with loot
Wait,
are often low on supplies.
I've got all the journal entries already then? That's the only reason it wouldn't show up. I'd better start reading them in town. Probably not this episode, because it's a bit late in the morning. But in the near future, perhaps. Now, that's 2 squares, and it is... Oh, go on then. You like spiky death things. Look at this closely, but clean it up so you don't get infected. Oh, lovely. Again, this modifies scouting chance, and I don't know if scouting chance is just for being in the party, and it gets really hard to click on doors sometimes when you're retreating, or if it's explicitly for the person in the front row. You have a lot of stress, my good man, and you are rubbish at dealing with traps.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Dost Akbar, you shall be spared trap-dealing duty for the rest of this mission. Not that there is much of this mission left. Oh, come on, there's some more books. You know what's going to happen. Must have been a rata.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
If this room's empty, we'll be so lucky. Well, as luck would have it, clearly it is time for us to leave the ruins, and hopefully this will get a little nearer to unlocking the next ruins boss.
The shifted corridors and sloped walls of our ancestry are beginning to feel familiar.
We got deeds, we got free deeds. We need way more than free deeds. This is... Oh well, we'll find out, I suppose. Alright, people are leveling up. I hope they're Is this Nymphomania? Fine. Why did you have to get that? People are going to be laughing about it in the comments section for weeks now. Armor Tinker? Well, okay. Interestingly, flagellants aren't really known for their protective garments. And stress faster. That doesn't mean that he gets his stress faster, it means he indulges in fasting when extremely stressed.
Let me share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
Alright, Gwyn has come down from the bloodlust. Vazquez has controlled the urges of their crimson curse for now. And Fennel has drunk her vial of the blood, and her thirst is slaked. These heroes are leveled. Let's see if we can... Hakim, why are you not being treated? You have a disease. You have a spasm of the entrails. Well, that's getting fixed. Okay. We finally get a grave robber. After all this time. Oh, I've been waiting so long for one, and now I finally get one. I can't... Right, that's it. How many... I need 14. No, wouldn't happen. Most we could part with here would be that many, and that would not get us enough at all. So, can't have a barracks upgrade. Is there anyone we can let go? Kana, you're irrepressible. That's just really good. Yielding is very good. Well, Delaf is a Ramona, so we should probably kick her out straight away. But you know what? She's proved herself. She's gone on a single mission, and she can actually reach back quite nicely as well. So we don't need to worry about reaching the back so much. Vindra, we need another priestess. I don't think there's anyone we can really afford to let go of, and I do say afford to let go of here. There's plenty I might like to let go of. So, for 17 crests and 12 busts, is there anything I could upgrade one of those? That could actually be quite useful. That is... Right, reducing the cost of disease treatment, okay. Now, a number of the medical devices upgrades increase the chance of curing extra diseases. Here's the problem. In my experience, only once has the medical ward failed to treat extra diseases when they were present. And honestly, up to that point, I wondered what was the point of these upgrades at all. So I don't know what the chance is of curing additional ailments, but it seems to be fairly high. But it's still nice to try and fill it all out. Is it possible that the long-neglected abbey could finally be getting... Yes, it blatantly is. Right, okay then.
A little hope, however desperate, is never without worth.
And we now have additional space here in the cloister. What am I doing? Oh yes. Hakim, your tummy's playing up, and you really need that to be seen to before you can go out again and risk life and limb for the good of the people of the hamlet. As for the rest of you, is there anyone who... Oh yes, Ren needs that grip removed. Which means that on the next week, the party will look approximately something like this. And that was not enough. Oh, that is a pain in the backside, isn't it? Right. Okay, low. 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 Infestation level is low everywhere at the moment, so that's good. Oh, well, we're going here, aren't we? We need the deeds. We need the deeds without a doubt. And you know what? I think I'll just deal with putting someone else in here. I don't want to get people infected, so, you know, those who are quarantined are quarantined, so off guard. Cove. Unquiet mind. I'm looking at only the things I can afford to remove. Oh, well, that's just bad, isn't it? Actually, for a flagellant, that's really bad. Let's get that dealt with. He gets knackered. You know what? He's not an Australian eating bush tucker. Right. Okay. So let's just get those two up. These two. Do they have? Yes, they do have. Oh, they got all their camping skills. Okay, that's good. Huh. Right. Estella needs some training. Adrenaline Rush is a nice defensive skill. It's similar to... It's basically an offensive version of one of the Grave Robber skills. She has a defensive skill, Toxin Trickery, where she drinks a special potion, stops bleeding, blight is removed, and she gets a dodge buff. So, hey, she's extra dodgy. When the Hellion does it, she gets angry, gets really violent. Now, I'm going to increase bolster for him. Shafiq may end up needing to use Invigorating Vapors instead of a man-at-arms against the cannon, and that would be disastrous. But theoretically possible. Vernon is Vernon. Mildred will increase those two. Okay, we'll go over standard musketeer loadout for now. Dost Akbar could do with the knife. Dalaf could do with the back rank attack. And Sister Vindra could do with a mace bash, just in case she gets pulled to the front again. Right, well, I'm going to take a break and think about trinkets for our next run. But for now, we're slowly working our way through all the bosses, trying to get them done before everyone is leveled up out of tier. And I know that that means absolutely needing to upgrade the stagecoach to a 24 size roster as soon as possible, but it looks like it's going to take a really long time at the moment, and that's bad. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this rather short episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. Okay, bye bye for now.